The problem reads, you design a logo for a marketing company. As part of the proposal, you submit a scale drawing of the logo. The scale drawing is a parallelogram with a base of 8 inches, a height of 3 inches, and a side length of 4 inches. Part A asks us to find what is the perimeter and area of the logo in the scale drawing. So before we begin, let's go ahead and draw a picture of our logo. So it says it's a parallelogram, so let's draw a parallelogram. Okay, it says that the base is 8 inches, so we're going to label our base, and the height is 3 inches. The height is not the side. You want the height to be straight up and down, so I'm going to draw our dotted line right here to represent our height, and that is 3 inches. And then our side length is 4 inches, so we're going to label this side right here. So now we can find, now that we have our sides labeled and we have a picture, we can find the perimeter of the logo in the scale drawing. So to find the perimeter is the distance around the outside. So we know that parallelograms, that the opposite sides are congruent. So this side is 8 inches and this side is 4 inches because they're opposite each other. This side is congruent and this side is congruent because they're opposite. And this side's congruent and this side's congruent because they're opposite. And they're also parallel. That's why I drew those arrows. So now we're going to find our perimeter. To find perimeter, the distance around the outside, we add together all 4 sides. So we have 4 inches plus 8 inches plus 4 inches plus 8 inches. And that equals 24 inches. So now we have to find our area. Area is base times height. Many of you may say, oh, well, that's just 8 times 4. But is 4 really our height? No, 4 is not because that side is slanted. It is not straight up and down. So, which one is our height? The problem tells us that 3 is our height. So if we didn't have a picture, we would know that 3 was our height. So let's go ahead. 8 is our base, the problem says, and that 3 is our height. And so we're going to plug it in. So area equals 8 times 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. And because it's inches times inches, because we're finding area, it's inches squared. So now we know that our perimeter is 24 inches and our area is 24 inches squared of the logo in the scale drawing. So that is, did we answer the question? Yes. It wanted the perimeter and the area of the scale drawing, and we found that. So now we are going to go to Part B. Part B says the scale drawing has a factor of 4:1. So what is the perimeter and area of the actual logo? Before we can find the perimeter and area, we need to find the dimensions of the actual logo. So let's draw our parallelogram again. And this was 8 inches, and this was 4 inches, and this was 3 inches. So now we need to find out, these are the measures of our scale. Now we need to find our actual. And we do that by setting up proportions. So the first thing we do is our scale. Our scale factor is 4:1, so we can set up 4/1 equals. So let's pick 8 first. You can start with any side. I'm picking 8. We're going to do 8 inches on top because our model size or drawing size of the scale always goes on top. So now then x goes on the bottom because that's what we do not know. And x times 4 is 4x. And 8 times 1 is 8. If you divide both sides by 4, you get x equals 2 inches. So now we'll have to do the same thing for the height of 3 and the side of 4. So we're going to set it up the same way with our scale factor, 4/1, and this time we're going to use 4. So 4 inches over 1. So we're going to cross over x, because we don't know what the actual size is. So we're going to cross multiply. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 1 is 4. Divide both sides by 4. X equals 1 inch. So now our final dimension is the height, 3 inches. We're going to say 4/1 equals 3 inches over 1 over x, because that's our unknown, and we'll cross multiply. 4 times x is 4x. 3 inches times 1 is 3 inches. And we divide 4 on both sides to get it away from our x. And we get x equals 0.75 inches. So these are the new dimensions of our parallelogram. So now we're going to draw a new parallelogram. I'm going to erase our old one so we'll have some more room. Okay, so now what is our base? Our base is 2 inches. So we're going to label our new base. What is our side length? It is 1 inch. So we're going to label our side. And what is our new height? 0.75 inches. So now we will use this information to find the area and the perimeter of the actual logo. So let's remember before we begin this, let's look at our measurements and see if they're reasonable. Should a logo be 2 inches long and maybe 3/4 of an inch tall? Yes, logos are very small, so that is a reasonable answer. So let's find our perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around the outside, so we're going to add the 4 sides together. So we have 2 inches plus 1 inch plus 2 inches plus 1 inch. And then when you add all this together, you get 6 inches. So now we're going to find our area. Area, once again, is base times height. Our base is 2 inches. And what is our height? Is it 1 inch? No, because that is a slanted side, so it can't be our height. Our height is 0.75 inch. And when you multiply 2 times 0.75, you get 1.5. And what is our units? Inches squared, because inch times inch is inches squared. So now we know that our perimeter of the actual logo is 6 inches, and the area of the actual logo is 1.5 inches squared. And now we are finished with the problem.